Rob, many congratulations. What a way to win it. That must have been an incredible feeling.
Yeah, really, really nice, you know. I actually think, I probably expected to play better today, you know. I've walked out with a 91, is what it is, but it's a winning 91, you know. And I've had so many big finishes this week and other stuff, and sort of the 170 at the end, it's weird, that little nod, just of approval, I thought to myself, I'm hitting this, you know. So, yeah, nice just to get through, really, and get myself in the tournament.
It's not been the best of years by your really high standards. Did you come here with more motivation to prove a point?
Yeah, 100%, you know. Look, it is the pinnacle of the game where we're at the minute, World Championships, and I'm sure if everyone woke up tomorrow and they had a choice to win a tournament, this would be it. It would be my tournament. It changed my life all them years ago, and I'm very appreciative to the game. But at the same time, I think this ain't there at the minute. But I need to get it out.
And you mentioned the World Championship is where you made your name, so returning to Ali Pali must bring back a lot of special memories.
Yeah, of course. I've got absolute loads of memories, and I've really enjoyed this place, you know. Even a couple of years ago, 4-0 down, 5-4, Chris Dobie, you know. I've made some very happy memories, and I'd like to make some more, and that's the ambition. Thank you.
Rob, congratulations. You said there about being extra motivated and stuff like that. When you hear all the World Championship previews and people saying Rob Cross is the seed in danger, Rob Cross is the one that could crash out, does that fire you up just to prove them wrong?
No, not really. I think do you know, most people it does, and maybe they're normal. But for me, I have to have my head where I want my head, you know, and it's not been there for a long time. I've been very critical on myself, I would say that, and I like to be honest in the interviews, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if I'm doing something wrong or I'm not putting enough in, that's my fault. So I've had 3 weeks since the Players' Championships. I've managed to build a bit of confidence off the exhibitions, which I've been very happy with Modus and stuff, what they've put on, you know, so I'm very grateful. But overall, you know, it's that performance. It's always about being better. And I think if I would have had this mentality maybe 6-7 months ago, I wouldn't have had a bad year. But it happens, and you have to get through that, you know. It's life. No one cares from the outside, so you have to care yourself. And it's took me a big thing to try and turn a corner, I suppose.
Well, you touched on, obviously, Minehead missing the Grand Slam. When you go home early from tournaments and aren't in them, is that the look in the mirror moment that you perhaps needed?
No, do you know, what's probably got me up for this one is because it's the World Championships, you know. I think I've needed that. I know the importance of it every year. Whether I win first round, whether I lose first round, whatever, I always try and do my best in this, and it's somehow trying to find that balance to go forward and keep doing that every week. And look, I love this game, and I'd love to be around in 15 years. We don't know, but at the same time, not to say that I'm finished, because I know I'm not finished, but I need to work harder. I need to put that effort in, and that's what I've been guilty for. And I've got four beautiful kids at home, you know, lovely wife, and I'm fortunate in life, but I need to do better for them too. So I've let them down.
At the end, that's the most emotion I've seen you let out on a stage for a long, long time. Was that relief or just pure joy?
Oh, that ain't relief. I knew I was going to hit it. You know, for me, I know that's going to sound big-headed. I've been hitting big finishes all week. I've had great averages, great legs. And actually, I've probably been too guilty for enjoying the game too much, you know, because that's unusual. But I sort of sit here now and, I'm going to lap it up. I'm going to enjoy it, you know. We're going to go forward, and hopefully, I'm going to do great things in this tournament, and I believe it's there at the minute. I really do. Thank you.
Rob, well done today.
Cheers, mate.
You've been a sort of a constant in the top 10 in the rankings for many years now. But
you tell me I'm out of it now, ain't you?
You've dropped around to number 20, 21 now. We don't expect to see you there. What now needs to change for you to get back to where you belong?
Did you say 21? It's my birthday, so it's not too bad. Nah, look, the ranking's one thing. I played this game for 8 years, and you know, after 11 months, I fell on my feet. I was number 2 in the world, you know. So I've never really worried about rankings. It never worries me. with a bit of stature. What I would say, if you was number 1 in the world, which I've never had, that matters. That matters because you are the best, the cream of the crop, you know? And I've had number 2, I've had 4, I've had 3. I think I've nearly had every other number, so I might as well have 21 and all because I'm going to enjoy that too. But we're going to get down the line and stuff and look at it the other way. This is the way I look at rankings, you know. I've had a lot to defend, I suppose, this year. I don't worry about it. It is what it is. But for the next 2 years, I've got nothing to defend. And that gives me a chance to get back up there, get back in that top 10. And as long as I'm mentally stable and trying with my edge, you know, I'm sure I'll get back in the top 10 again, minimum. I still think there's a lot more to go.
You talk about the aim of that world number 1 spot. Do you believe you can achieve that?
Yeah, I believe it. I think the young man at the minute, he looks incredible, doesn't he? You know, he's making me look old, I know, and I'm only 35, but I had an hard paper round. I pushed that uphill, so... But at the same time, no, he looks incredible. It's going to take something very, very special on the day to beat him in this tournament. But it's 100% possible, you know. It's everyone gets their days and other stuff. And if you work hard enough, you just never know, when it might quite come. If
you are going to reach sort of those goals again, do you think you're going to have to bypass the likes of the Littlers and the Humphreys and the Van Gerwens to get there?
I'm never, ever scared. I've really got to say this, you know, if I get back to form, which I think I'm back in form, I played Phil Taylor and he was the GOAT, 16 times world champion. And probably the 3rd highest ever average to win that in that final. Maybe make me correct. 107.84. So, the day, what you need to start worrying about me, I won't worry about it. So I'm up for it. I'm good and I'm ready to go. Cheers, mate.
Rob, well done on the win. You talk about when you won the World Championship against Phil Taylor. What's the mentality like now from the Rob that we speak to here compared to what it was all those years ago?
I think I'm in a good place. I think I was very guilty of being naive at the time, really. You know, I come in with a game and I could remember my first day on a Pro Tour and I thought these boys have got to be good because they're professional and I've never played at that level. But, you know, I thought, they must hit more 12s. And then I realised, actually, I fit in here, you know, it's quite all right. And then later on, you get through and, we sail through. And then after winning the Worlds, don't get me wrong, I could always pick holes in it that maybe everyone says, you won it too early, you done this, you done that. But it's the best thing what I've ever won in this game. And it will be to this day. And if I never lift it again, it will be to the end of my life, you know. So I do really sort of, I believe, look, mentally at the minute I'm very good place. I'm happy and everything like that. And it took me a bit of time to learn that, you know. I was never around people as much as the media and other stuff. I had to get used to that, and it changed my life overnight, you know. And I think it made you react in a different way. It's not a bad thing. Look, we live and learn in life, and it gives me the day job, that I can speak half okay now, you know. So I'm grateful, but going forward, I'll be ready for this one, and I am ready. I don't need to say any more.
Do you still feel like you're learning as a dart player? Because I mean, you're not been around for that long, really.
Yeah, well, look, I'm 8 years in, and I don't think for the pressure, the other stuff, for the pressure, everything, what the game gives you, I don't think, I can learn much more like that, you know. I think I've got it, but maybe I need to sit there and I've been guilty of trying to get a bit of help lately to get me to play ball with it, you know, because sometimes, I think I sit there in life and I'm probably my own worst enemy. I can't say any different, you know. I know I've been critical on myself lately, and that needs to happen. I need to take responsibility for that, and I need to be better, you know. So I think without that, there is no darts career, you know. So I've changed my ways. I've changed things what I've wanted to change. I feel so much happier, and hopefully it carries on because I think I only get better at the minute.
Cheers, Rob. Thank you.
Cheers.
Well done, Rob. Congratulations. What were your thoughts on the draw when it came out with Cor Dekker, and how pleasing was your performance there, especially on the doubles and with the 170 at the end?
Yeah, I never really looked at the draw, to be honest. Everyone else looks at it, and I think to myself, look, whoever you play these days, they're all foaming out the mouth, they're all loving the game, and good luck to them, you know. This game has really developed over the years, in the 8 years what I've seen it, so it's an amazing situation even for myself to be in with this amount of money in the World Championships, and next year, everything going up, credit to the PDC. But what I would say, sort of on my own front, I think I had a job this year to try and get myself ready. So I wasn't really focused on who I was playing or what I was doing. You know, it was making myself feel all right after having such probably a bad 6 months. You know, just focus on myself, get myself right, and going forward, get that better too. And I know there's more in the tank, and there needs to be. But I think yeah, I could get close.
And you mentioned about looking to work harder in the new year. What does that entail? More exhibitions, more practice?
No, I think I need to go back practicing. I've not been doing my normal routine for a long time now, and I think you can get away with it for a while, which I did, and I was guilty for that. I got away with it for a lot of time, never bother, and I think it's like a crest of a wave. When you're playing all right, you can walk into the next game and still play all right, you know. But when it gets a little bit dodgy and a little bit sticky, and then all of a sudden maybe I need to put more in. I was too guilty for sitting on my backside, being nearly 30 stone, I suppose, at the time, mentally. But no, look, you got to enjoy it, and you've got to let them emotions out, and I've probably been guilty for not having them emotions to let out, you know. So it's more than just one thing than practicing. It's going up there and sort of sticking your art. I always wear my art on my sleeve anyway, whoever I meet. But I need to start doing that in darts, you know. Wear my art on my sleeve, go out there, be the person what I want to be. And sometimes when you have to vent, you have to let it out, and I haven't done that for a long time.
And it'll be Ian White in the second round. Thoughts on Ian and the game itself?
Yeah, looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to get up there, and I don't know what format it's going to be, whether it'll still be best of 5 or 7. I don't know. Is it still 5? Cor, you've done me up there. I'm only playing, David. I'm only playing. Oh no, 64. Look, just to be there and stuff and perform and do what I've done today, getting through is great. I have a couple of days, to digest that, and I play Ian. He's a great player, very experienced, and I'm sure I'll need more next time. Thank you.
Rob, what do you think was the key to win today? Did you maybe expect a bit more from your opponent?
No, I think he missed his chances early, you know. I think 2-1 would have been a fair score first set. He misses a few doubles. My doubles were pretty immaculate, so I'm appreciative about that, you know. But at the same time, I think he played half all right. He missed a lot of doubles and he let me in, and I think that's what it's all about, you know. Sometimes I get the win and just get over the line, and that's all what matters. It's not about my opponents sometimes.
You've talked about your experience from the last few World Championships. What does it take? What does it need for you to play a good World Championship, to have a deep run here?
I think for me, I just got to be all in, you know. It doesn't matter about family. I've been away for a few days now and other stuff, and I come away from my family. It doesn't matter about anything in life. If you're going to come into here and you want to win the pinnacle of the game, you know, them sacrifices should be done easy. And over the last 6 months, I've not really wanted to sacrifice much. So that's what needs to happen, you know. You need to get off your backside, and you need to put the effort in and do the best for you. And if you're not doing that, there's no wonder why you finish sort of second best.
Looking back at that difficult 2025, your darting highlight this year, maybe already at the start, that the title on the floor where you didn't play that much afterwards?
No, I think my highlight probably was Holland. You know, I think it's the hardest World Series to win, you know, in Holland. I think they're very experienced. All the players are up there in the rankings. It would be the hardest to win, and I was very happy to win that. You know, And we're still saying, yeah, that look, I've had a terrible year and I still won 2 things this year. You know, if I'm winning when I'm that bad, I suppose that's still an achievement for where you are. But look, if I put my head to this game, I believe I can do anything. And maybe I need to work on me instead of working on the game so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.